Welcome back! Today we'll be reading the Technate, made by u/former indication 172. Thanks for the writer's permission. The link for the story is in the description and I hope you'll enjoy. Let's begin. So, you're declaring war against us. The alien that sat across the table from him inside of the human embassy nodded what could be called its head. It moved some dials on its translation device before responding in a series of chirps and low whistles. The translation device paused for a second before broadcasting what the alien ambassador had said in English, albeit spoken in a strange lilting manner imbued with a strong high-class English accent. He wondered if that was intentional. Yes, you could say that. However, my purpose here is more to tell the human government why we have declared a need for hostilities between our people. He sat back, stunned at the news that not only had this alien just declared war, but wanted to explain why. Okay, so why are you and your people declaring war against the Union? My people see war very differently from you and your people. You see it as an act of anger or retaliation for wrongdoing of the highest order. My people are not so inclined to agree with this human definition of war. We see it as a worthy, albeit costly, competition. Similar to your Olympic Games, no? There had to be something wrong with the ambassador's translator. This couldn't be right. He didn't believe it. Honestly, he was having a hard time believing any of it. Here he was, newly appointed chief ambassador to the Sci-Fi Technate, and already on the first day of his job, he'd gotten humanity into a war. At the back of his mind, he dimly wondered whether or not he'd be fired for this. Seeing the ambassador waiting for a reply, he tried to think of one. But what do you say to an alien that obviously didn't understand how humans fought wars? How did you communicate the destruction and death of a human war through a translator? And how did you make it sound polite? I think there has been some misunderstanding here. If I'm hearing you correctly, your people think of war as a sports competition. Perhaps I shouldn't attempt what you call analogues until I have a better understanding of this English. Let me try to be blunt. We, as you know, are Technate. We live and work toward progress so that our children may enjoy a brighter tomorrow. And sometimes that means we must sacrifice today's light for tomorrow's. We strive for progress above all, you see. But progress is not easily measurable. It is fickle and flowing like hydrogen-oxygen atoms. And so, we must test ourselves to make sure our conclusions and hypotheses are indeed correct. Did that help? Okay, so not a translation problem. Simply a cultural one. Okay, Andrew, remember your training. You can do this. It's just like at the academy. Time to give them a good old dose of diplomacy, human style. Ambassador, it's my time to be blunt. I don't think you comprehend what you're saying. Because, let's be honest, regardless of what our PR may say, humans play rough when it comes to war. Humans play dirty. What you're proposing isn't going to be some cute little border war. When you declare on humanity, we come to play. Okay? If you go through with this, we are not going to stop until we're above your homeworld. If you do this, humanity will throw everything we have at you until you surrender. Hundreds of thousands will die at least. Maybe even billions. I'm going to stop you right there, Ambassador. Andrew Baker, was it? We do understand the casualties involved. And we do know how you fight rough, as you called it. We have studied human war records and are aware of your incredible propensity for violence. It's why we chose you. What do you mean you chose us? For what? For the war? I don't appreciate your tone, Ambassador. And I don't appreciate the charade. What will you have to gain by going to war with us? We have no quarrel with you, and as far as I can tell, neither do you. So, what would be the point? Just bloodshed? Death for its own sake? The alien tipped its head slightly towards its right side, then repeated the gesture on its left. Andrew's body language translation pad informed him that this was the Scythian equivalent of a facepalm. I see that I perhaps failed to make you understand. Allow me to try again to enlighten you, human. We do not seek war with you for mere senseless bloodshed. Nor do we have a quarrel with you. We seek war against a worthy and strong opponent, so that we may accelerate our drive toward progress, for which we are willing to lay down our lives. I don't understand, Ambassador. What kind of progress are you talking about? If I may continue uninterrupted. Yes, of course, Ambassador. Excellent! Moving forward, our people hold that the race with the most advanced technology, that is, the most progress, is inherently the strongest, and due to this technological lead will outlast the other races. However, progress during peacetime is unpredictable, fickle, and often slow. So, we see the need to use war to maintain our advantage, as during wartime progress increases exponentially. To attempt a human analog once more, necessity is the mother of innovation, and what creates more necessity than war? The famines lead to fertilizers, the missiles to computers, the wounded to penicillin, the fighter jets to airliners, and the nuclear weapons to your beloved interweb. Do my words not ring true, human? I need to call Earth. If you'll please excuse me. I'll be back later. Thank you for the gracious explanation, Ambassador. Thank you for listening. I'm glad to still have you here. What an abrupt ending this was. I was certainly expecting more, but this was definitely enjoyable too. I hope I didn't butcher the narration with the improper English accent. I decided to try out a new voice. Anywho, if you have stuck around, go and show your appreciation to the writer on HFY. I hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.